And hello, 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 hello.
What's up?
Cosmic, what's up, buddy? Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to give it a few minutes to let people hop on in here. If anyone is out there, say hello to us in the chat. We are the Glif Crew, but we'll do intros in just a minute. Give everyone 2 or 3 minutes to hop in here. How is everybody's Wednesday going?
It's good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty solid. I've been messing around. I was out last week, so I wasn't on the stream. But Nano Banana, of course, released when I was out on vacation. And I've just been having so much fun with it, with the final, first and last frame, which I'm sure we'll talk about today. It's just so much you can do with it.
You know what's so funny about the whole Nano Banana thing is like, typically when a new model comes out, there's the hype, right? There's so many people hyping it up, and then there's the people that are saying like, "Oh, this is like overrated," Like, but this time I feel like I've seen like very little negative things that people say about it, which is very interesting.
I think people are like they keep discovering new things it can do. Like we went over that last week, right? There's definitely some things it can't do that well, but
Right.
new use cases keep popping up, and I think it just keeps on giving, creating.
Something to keep in mind too is that Google released basically an instruction manual for it, for like the stuff on the editing side that it is good at. They put out a manual with like the most ideal way to prompt the specific commands and kind of like the syntax that you should be using to get the absolute best results. And I think because I'm guilty of this as well. My girlfriend will tell you I don't read any type of instruction manuals, no matter how long or short they are. I'm sure a lot of people do not go look at the documentation. And from the A/B examples I've seen, using the syntax that they instruct you to use actually makes a drastic difference versus just like typing in the very simple command.
Right. What was the main takeaway from that? Because I saw that guide, and I'm like you. I only sort of skimmed it, and it seemed very vanilla in terms of, like my main takeaway was like, don't just use like single words. You want to sort of craft a narrative for the image that will work best. So it's a bit like this jump from Midjourney, I think 5 to 6 was it, where those more narrative descriptions seem to do something. But what was in there that surprised you?
Well, it was mainly that because I've been under the impression that with the editing models like Qwen and with Nano Banana and even GPT, I thought the best way to prompt them was to keep it like very concise and succinct and basically tell it like, do this to this rather than trying to paint the picture of the entire scene. Because I just assumed that it would analyze the image and it would have the context of the scene already, and that like I felt like repainting the picture would be giving it too much information.
Right.
I've got to ask though, did they have any JSON prompting in the manual?
They did not. They did
They
not.
did not.
I tried
Oh
it.
man.
They did not.
I tried it. It makes no difference. I tried it on comic panels, and like I didn't do a scientific experiment or anything, but my takeaway was that the JSON structure doesn't really do anything.
Cool. Well, look, guys, let's get this officially started. Then we can dive right back into the conversation. We got a handful of people in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Thank you again for joining us. This is GlifTV episode 3. You are hanging out with the Glif Crew. My name is JBooks Creative. We, of course, got the legend, my man, Enigmatic E, our fearless leader, Fabian, and Miguel, aka Angry Penguin, who was on vacation last week, but he is back and he is a regular. The three of us collectively make up the go-to-market team for Glif. And then we are also joined by our man William to provide some very much needed back-end development programming insight to sometimes our very social media brained takes.
Hi, everyone.
So yeah, guys, welcome. Thank you for joining us. As we said before, this is happening every Wednesday, same time, same place, and we are probably going to be adding a second stream to the week. TBD when that will be. However, what are you guys the most excited about right now? Since I know that last week we basically only talked about Nano Banana, I think that is probably still going to be a big focus as we all discover more and more with it. But what is everyone? What are you guys excited about this week?
Kling, man, Kling. A lot of people have been doing a lot of cool stuff with it, with first and last frame, Kling 2.1. It's just the type of transitions that people have been able to make. The video that Fabian made with the hair changing that went pretty viral, and that's
check that out. Look at that, almost 1 million views. Was that like 5,000 likes, 4.8K?
Yeah, it's
I'm surprised you didn't bring a wig today, Fabian. One of those.
Yeah, that one actually surprised me how smooth the transitions kind of turned out. And I think the secret is, I've been using Claude basically as an agent to write the transition prompts between those images. And that makes a difference because it's going to be less lazy than I am with respect to prompting the kind of like way between, like how you morph between two different types of hairdos. And yeah, I really liked how it turned out. I wish I could have the long blonde hair like as a teenager. That would have been the dream.
I think that Mozart wig might suit you a little better.
The thing I've been noticing, the more I use the 2.1 start frame, end frame with Kling, is that they have fixed a lot of the issues that you would have with Kling 1.6, that when you would go from one frame to another and connect them, especially if you're chaining a bunch of these transitions together, there's significantly less of that weird in-between frame that's kind of jarring as you're switching from video to video. They've been able to get it not quite frame perfect, but a lot closer to it now.
more natural, right? Yeah.
Eric,
Yeah,
you
and
had
on that
some
note,
you
too.
had some Kling videos as well, no? Doing like some transitional first frame, last frame stuff.
Yeah, I did that. The kaiju one. I used the transitions for that, like right there. This here.
Wait, walk us through this real quick, because this is sick, and it happens so fast that I think sometimes when people just see it on social, it doesn't quite like compute in their head all the different steps that it kind of takes to get here, and what you actually have to like generate to make this happen so smoothly.
Yeah. So Nano Banana, of course. I started off with like the selfie, and then from there, use Nano Banana and prompt it to pretty much make me big, like over this little town beneath, and obviously between that, Kling 2.1. What I had to do there for the punching part, I did have to use. I think I had to. I forgot what I ended up using, but I couldn't use Nano Banana for the punching because for some reason it doesn't let you do fight scenes. It's always trying to stop you from doing like punching things for some reason, punching people or something. It's like it doesn't want to do that, and that's the frustrating part about that. Like you can't really do a fight scene. Unfortunately, I would love to do a fight scene with Nano Banana, but it doesn't let me. Unfortunately.
So did
Did
you
you
use
end up
Quinn
using
Edit for that one?
Flux?
I think I ended up using Quinn or something like that.
Right.
Quinn Edit or something like that. Or yeah, I can't remember exactly which one, but I used a different one to get the punching part.
I also love how you included the anime or manga style scene cuts in between. Are these done in post or?
That's a post. Yeah, like that. I don't think you can do.
My favorite part of this though was like the transition of you punching him and then him flying into the building. I think that was kind of like the cherry on top of the whole thing, and that's like that little moment that like sets this apart from a lot of the other just transitionary videos.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, when
that's
you,
what I'm saying. Kling is like my favorite tool to use right now. It's like it's just so cool for these kind of things.
Yeah, the
When you
controllability
started-
that we can get now. Oh, sorry, go ahead, William.
I was just going to say, when you started eating that mushroom at the beginning of the video, I was thinking this is about to be a series that's like humans with Mario Kart items. You know how like the mushroom like makes you super speedy, or like you could be a bullet. I don't know. You got a pack of red shells or green shells. You could get creative with it using AI.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many ways you
I'd-
can go with that.
I'd love to see that series.
Yeah, we
But then
can just
Eric-
unlock so much controllability now with the first and last frame, and also like the editing models that we have now. That some of these videos are just not simple to make because you do need effort and the idea. But I mean, the results are insane. Like we would have dreamed about doing this with Stable Diffusion like 3 years ago. You know?
Oh my gosh, it would have blown our minds.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
yeah, this
you always have like multiple models to do it with, right? Like if one is kind of like not getting it just right, you can always just like try another, as was the case with Nano Banana and Quen edits in this case. And I feel it's going to be similarly with Hailuo, which also just added a first frame, last frame thing, I believe, and then One and Kling, of course. So yeah, it's incredible.
Cosmic said we need to talk about E's future in the octagon with the way he laid the lizard out. Yeah, no, dude, this was awesome, and even the hair. I really like the hairspray one because so what, you removed your hair with Nano Banana for the first frame, right?
Yeah, so this pretty much was like I started off with like my hands down. I had Nano Banana make me bald, and then I did one with the hairspray like right above my hair, and so I just connected those and then just continued it with the video at the end. So yeah, I connected with Kling 2.1 for that transition, and it does it so well. It looks like I'm not just like normally doing it. It looks so natural. It doesn't have that weird AI, movement and blur.
Wait, so this portion right here is with Kling, the actual spraying. I thought you sprayed it yourself and then you.
No. That whole part where it's spraying, like that's all Kling.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, it's insane.
crazy,
And
right?
you really can't tell. Like you can't tell. I can't tell. It's impossible.
The end is a real video though, right?
Yeah. The end is the real video. Exactly.
Okay.
So like the video right there, that's when the video starts.
And that was the end frame. That's where you like connected it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I connect. That's the end frame right there. Yeah.
See the
It's like it's so interesting how it also, besides just doing the transition, it kind of like has this internal world model of adding these like very natural like motions to it, right?
Yeah.
And so I was similarly surprised with my virtual hair remake video how like the facial expressions would change, and so like it would do this whole like once the wig appears, it would do this kind of like wig. Like, I didn't prompt that. I mean, to be fair, maybe Claude did. I would have to go back and check what the agent wrote, but it's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
and then the
Hey, this is my page.
yeah, over on our profile, the one I did too with the food beards, people seem to really enjoy last week. Where was
I
it?
think
Here we go.
that's it. Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that one's good too.
I really wanted. I was trying to prompt it to grab the pretzel off the beard and then eat it, but sometimes you just gotta take what you can get.
Oh man.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, I think we all had a lot of fun with that original idea from you, Fabian, with the haircuts.
It's like, I mean, yeah, the haircuts are such a natural thing to do, right? It's also like, I mean, it's kind of easy, of course, because the face doesn't change, which is always the one thing that's kind of tricky when you do like transitions with these models. Hairs are really easy, so it seemed very natural to just do that.
One thing I haven't seen a lot of people talk about, I was actually going to make a post about this today, is you can actually make looping videos by feeding the first frame back as the last frame and then just prompting in the middle. And it works
Oh.
quite well when you're doing things like video game assets or anything really that you need a looping video. And I haven't really seen anybody talking about this though. So maybe we can kind of jump in. I made an agent with Nano Banana and this Kling 2.1 start frame end frame. Maybe we can play around with that for a bit. Just a suggestion.
You wanna share your screen? And
Yeah, let's do it.
Kind of drive that one since
Let me go ahead and open that up.
you're gonna be the professional at that.
Professional. Yeah, let me. Should I just do entire screen or just the tab? What's the best for the stream?
The entire screen.
Okay, cool.
Unless you have audio, then you want to add the tab. Only do the tab.
Cool. Can you see here now
Yes.
the agents page? Cool. I'm going to go to my agents and I have this banana. Let me zoom in actually. Banana brush, Nano Banana. Let me show you this one that I was doing prior because I think it's actually pretty interesting. I started with, the iconic Pengu character and I had Nano Banana actually make it into a green screen background. I've seen this be like a trend, like an emerging thing people are doing with the Nano Banana model, because when you have the green screen, now you can edit the character into backgrounds as opposed to like going straight from image to scene. You go image to green screen with the character, and then from the green screen, here I asked it like put the first frame of the penguin in the North Pole at his igloo making some coffee. And so now the agent intelligently used the green screen rather than the first image. And it made it pretty good, in my opinion. The penguin here making some coffee.
Do you think it actually does that? Does it better with putting the character in different scenarios when you use it from a green screen image versus an image that has like all this other context in the background already?
We can try it. Why don't we like kind of A/B test it a little bit? So I'm just gonna spin up a new chat and we can run one.
You know what I suspect too is happening too? Doesn't it like when it generates the new image, it's probably higher quality too, right? Like
That's what I'm thinking as well. Yeah.
Here, wait, Michael Finney asked, when you guys are talking about Nano, it's just doing still images, right? You're using other stuff for motion. So I think all of us, Michael, have been using Nano Banana in kind of like the Kling 2.1 or WAN 2.2 image to video workflow. But because it's so easy to edit whatever we need to edit in the initial image with Nano now, that's kind of been like a mainstay in all of these like various things we've been playing with throughout the week ever since it launched.
Yeah.
Miguel.
So here, go ahead.
Do you know what a character sheet is?
Yes, the character sheets. Yes.
Yeah, like I was thinking that could be even more powerful than your character on a green screen would actually be a character sheet of the character that you're trying to get displayed consistently.
Yeah, why don't we try all three simultaneously? We can just spin up different glyph chats.
I think the risk, is that you're running into one failure mode that Nano Banana does have, and that is that it's going to take that image too literally, and it's going to sort of like do something with that grid, which I've seen it doing before, but only one way to find out.
So you mean like when it has like the turnaround, it's gonna show like 4 penguins?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might just like generate like the scene 4 times because it's gonna stick to the 4 panel style image. I've definitely had stuff like that before.
Hey Miguel, real quick, that little notice in the center of your screen at the bottom, just click the hide button. Hide. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bam.
But yeah, let's run all 3 of these and kind of just like test them side by side, and we can do that in Glif chat with the just new chat functionality. Just spin it up. Okay, so now we also have.
Sorry, Glif chat has convinced me that every AI site when you, no matter what tool you're using, when it's generating, should give you a loading bar. That should be like industry standard.
Yeah, directionally correct loading bar.
Holistic loading bar.
Cyber Wizard said Quen uses the grid idea very well too. That we definitely saw that last week with some of the demonstrations that E and I gave that we're actually going to talk about on this stream in just a little while. But I totally agree. Quen, I think, actually does the image grids better than Nano Banana from my personal A/B test.
Interesting. Yeah, I've been very positively surprised by Quen Edit as well. Like I didn't really dive into it because of the fixed aspect ratio thing, but when I did, there's a bunch of things it does really, really well that Nano is kind of more problematic with.
All right, so Miguel, tell us what you're doing here.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is getting the agent to use this first frame. Oh, I'm in the wrong one, actually. I'm trying to make a perfect loop video so you can see with the first frame and last frame being passed, meaning the same image will be passed as the first frame and the last frame so that you can see this like looping thing that I was talking to you about. So you can see here that the agent intelligently passed in the first and last frame. So we're going to kind of like in between with the Kling model to see how it works. But also, I tested out the character sheet, and it is quite interesting though. Like starting from the character sheet and then going from the character sheet to the first frame, all of them are pretty good. I can't really tell like a noticeable like drop in quality though, to be honest. This was using just the base image. This one right here, it's pretty dang good. And then this one is using the green screen technique.
That one looks clean.
Yeah, all of them are pretty solid. Oh, and this is the video that I ended up making with the penguin.
So this one is now supposed to loop basically, because you kind of like have this, or do you need to generate another video going?
So I need to generate the other video, and it's currently generating. This is going to be the looping one. This is just the prior one that I made.
Right. Another trick you can do is, and that's very experimental, but there's a skill in Glif that lets you run arbitrary FFmpeg commands. And if you tell Claude to make it a looping video by just attaching a reversed version of that and stitch that right after, that works.
Oh, interesting. So let me add that skill here to this agent.
Like that's probably not going to work if you try it now because it's very experimental, but I've had it work. So if you search for like FFmpeg experimental, yeah, like this one, and then you basically, I mean, now it's going to be confused because it's like already doing this other one. Or is that a different chat now?
This is the looping one. Is this one right here? Oh, here's the looping video.
Hey,
you can see that perfect loop.
That is so cool.
That's sick. I love how like even though the penguin doesn't have like there's arguably not a whole lot of facial features on him, right? But it still makes it look super expressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super slick. And it's
I
like
love how it didn't.
It's like really, this is cool for like, I don't know, game loading screens or backgrounds or Zoom backgrounds or stuff like that.
Yeah, it didn't try to do anything crazy. It was just a really simple idea, and it executed it so nice.
I'm surprised, no one's really talked about this yet. This is some alpha for the chat. I think this one will be a hot trend because, to your point, let's try an isometric image of something. So this is another thing I saw Matt Wolf was talking about. So let's go like, what's a famous like Eiffel Tower? Let me just grab an image of it. So let's go with that.
Oh, did you watch the Matt Wolf Nano Banana video too?
Yeah, like 50 use cases of nano banana.
I watched that before I went to sleep last night.
Yeah. So turn this image into one of the use cases he went through was like taking a real world image and then making it an isometric sort of like game asset.
Oh.
So turn this image into an isometric game asset with a white background.
Have you
But
seen?
yeah,
like, people-
the oh sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, have you seen people do like plans, like what do they call them? Like from homes, you know, the
Oh yeah, they've done like the floor plans, like the
floor plans, and then
Yeah.
they make them like 3D.
there's so many like use cases with this because it has so much intelligence inside of it, you know.
It's like
Oh.
it's really infinite. It's really infinite.
That's super cool.
So yeah, now but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell the agent to do the same thing with like the first and last frame, but make it like under construction and kind of like see what it does.
Oh,
Now, can you make a perfect loop passing the first frame as also the last frame? And for the video prompt, can you make it so that the tower is under construction?
But wait, but then, aren't you then gonna get like a deconstructed Eiffel Tower that's then getting constructed again? Is that what
That's a
you
good
want?
point. What should we do instead? I kind of want to just try this out to see how it would do it.
I think what you should be doing is like tell it to take that last image and generate a like some like disassembled view of all the parts lying on the ground.
Okay, so make a second image. So now,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like take that last image, edit it to sort of like all the pieces of this asset are lying on the ground, disassembled. And then you take that as the first frame and the actual Eiffel Tower.
got it.
Like not the actual, but the SimCity Eiffel Tower as the last frame.
Man, this is my favorite part about doing these streams is like just messing with the ideas with everyone here and everyone watching and kind of like I don't know, I love doing this stuff live because it shows how kind of like imperfect the process is. And I think for a lot of people when they just see like the beautiful things on social, they forget how much of the push and pull there is with getting to the thing you actually ultimately end up posting.
Yeah. Yeah, like this one here, right? Like this is pretty good, but I would like tell it to edit that again and get rid of that like sort of
The top.
tower bit, the top bit. And this is like one of those things with Nana Banana where sometimes you'll kind of like end up in these loops where it just doesn't get it. Like I was just like this morning I was trying to add like a book, like a philosophy book into the hand of like an influencer doing a mirror selfie, and it would like continually try and sort of replace the phone with the book. And like I kept telling it like no, it's the other hand, like the other hand is holding the book, and it couldn't do it. Like I gave up eventually. I know there would probably be a way to do it, but yeah, it's like there's a lot of process and trial and error.
yeah. Sometimes you have to kind of find like word it in such a
Yeah, it's vibe
strange way.
prompting.
Team vibe prompting. Team yes. Team
All
vibe
prompting is vibe prompting is what I'm saying.
we need to trademark that. Instead of
Now we're
So
talking.
now
Yeah, this is
what I'm
perfect.
doing, yeah, I'm making this image as the first one, and then the last image should be this assembled version.
Yes.
And let's see what happens.
I can't wait to see this because I've tried to do time lapse videos in Kling, and I've always had a kind of like a difficult time with Kling doing like cool time lapse videos. I know that Hailuo V2 did time lapse videos really well.
There is one. Yes, one of the videos does it very well, and might be Hailuo.
Yeah, I've seen some from Hailuo too.
Because there was the trend that someone on X was doing where they were using Hailuo V2 to do like the time lapse videos of like someone like building, and it looked super realistic. But I think that was the only model that was kind of getting it right.
Yeah,
I have a
I know
feeling
I've
with
done
Kling.
one that I sent to my landlord actually of like how it like is adding like another floor to the house.
Hey, landlord, make another floor like
So how would this loop? How would you?
I don't
make it?
know. I just want to see what it
No,
does.
to get this to loop, I think you would actually have to do first frame, last frame, and then a third video back to the first frame because you want it to because you want to give it enough time to build the tower and then deconstruct it back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it can't do a perfect like like what I would try is do this video first here, and then once that's done, like we can try the experimental FFmpeg thing where we tell it now use FFmpeg to reverse that video and stitch it towards the end of the other. But I'm curious about how that turned out now. It's pretty good.
It just like melted everything.
Yeah, it's a bit melty.
Not really built
That
anything.
I knew that
melty.
Kling was just going to try to smooth it all together. I think we should try this with Hailuo V2.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have that yet or has that been?
I'm pretty sure we do, right, Fabian?
I don't think we have a first and last frame for the new.
We don't have that yet. No. So Gareth Hood is asking, I'm new to Glif, trying to understand what is the difference between what you're doing and doing it in Gemini. Great question. The big difference is that in Gemini, you have access to Nano Banana and an LLM, and that's it. In Glif, you have access to virtually every LLM that you can use as an agent, and then essentially all the models. So you can use Nano Banana and then run that into Kling or Hailuo or VO3 or 11 Labs or like I think there's, if you include Comfy UI, which is like we have a whole Comfy UI environment, there's like hundreds of models that you can use composably, and that's the main difference. So it's kind of like all the AIs in one place, and you can use them in like these like interesting new connected ways, and then you can build these like both generators, workflows, and agents and share them with others. So not everyone has to learn everything from scratch, but rather you could go and use like Miguel's specific looping agent and do stuff with it. But you could also build your own or remix this one and add like cool stuff to it.
Yeah, so this is like a good example.
Show up as well.
Yeah, see, I cannot create looping videos. I can only create images.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great if you want to. Don't get me wrong. Google AI Studio, the ability that you can do all these things is insane. But I think to Fabian's point, what really makes Glif and the agent platform so unique is the ability to have all of these. Like if I go build and I build a skill, I'm just going to show you like the amount of models that we have in the image generator block. We have like Quen image 1, 2.2, which is insane for like text image. And also too, like per what Eric was talking about earlier, sometimes Nano Banana will have trouble with you punching Godzilla, right? So you could use Quen image edit in that case as a fallback instead. So you'll always get that workflow done. And again, it's like something simple like punching a lizard. But again, sometimes the models they have to be a little strict, right? It's Google. And let me show you like the video models. Maybe eventually Google will add VEO3 into Google AI Studio. For now, they don't have it, but we have, VEO3 image to video, 1, 2.2, Kling 2.1. We'll have high-low very soon, multi-talk, all the lip sync models. There's just so much that you can do inside of Glif in the agent platform.
Okay, speaking of which, real quick, just because I saw it on the screen, Fabian, do you want to show off what you did with OmniHuman real quick this morning?
Yeah, this is a really fun one that I'm experimenting with, and it's basically so this is kind of like I have this like simfluencer agent that lets me generate like fake fluencers, simfluencers, whatever you want to call it, by using I love using this candid raw iPhone photo workflow, which is using Quen Ultra Realism as a LoRa. And so with this one, my plan was to do a rap music video with Gollum from Lord of the Rings. So I asked it to, can you create like Gollum as a rapper for me doing a mirror selfie? And it did this, which is pretty good. And then I kind of went like, okay, now give me like a few sort of lines that he could rap about the One Ring and how it's precious. And it gave me a few options, and I like this one ring to rule, one ring to bind, precious treasure forever mine. And I kind of like, then I basically told it, hey, can you generate some music with this? And I hope you can hear my music now if I play it. Let me see.
One ring to rule, one ring to bind, precious treasure forever mine.
Did that play for you guys?
Yep. Yep.
Awesome. So because this guy, so this one here has access to this phenomenal new API by 11 Labs, and that's the first really good music generation API that anyone's published, because Suno and Udio both are great, but they're closed. They don't offer an API. I'm pretty sure they soon will, now that 11 Labs has started doing that. And so, okay, I had to like generate a bunch of these raps with 11 Labs. They sound amazing. And then I told it, hey, can you now do a lip sync on that video? And let me see, is this the right one? So I did a few iterations on that. I'm just gonna show you the last one, where I also asked it to add subtitles.
Oh.
And if I go
What's
here,
Little hobbitses, they sneaky little hobbitses, they stole it from me. Gollum, precious, can't you see? Creeping in the darkness, hunting for my ring. Master tricksters, precious is everything.
I don't know who Master Trixes is. Like, does anyone know? Is this like a thing?
Master is Frodo, and Trixes is because he always thought that Sam was a tricky little hobbit. So
we can check on the prompt here that it wrote for it. So
I mean, don't mind me. I only
Master Trixes.
I only marathon. I only marathon Lord of the Rings once a year. Don't mind me.
Right.
Sneaky little hobbitses, they stole it from me. Gollum, precious, can't you see? Creeping in the darkness, hunting for my ring. Master tricksters, precious is everything.
So yeah, it's supposed to say Master Trixes, precious is everything, and like Whisper, which is what this tool is using that generates the subtitles, interpreted that as Master Trixes, which could be, it could be a Lord of the Rings character. Who knows? But yeah, so I think this is pretty cool. Like, we're getting Lord of the Rings hip hop before GTA 6, I guess.
What lip sync model is that using on the back end? Because that came out really good.
This is using OmniHuman. It's using OmniHuman, which I think, for my purposes, is the best. And I'll tell you why. It's pretty cheap, and it's very fast. And it doesn't require you to send in a video, which makes it like multiple times as cheap as the other options. Because for many of the other lip sync options, you have to send in a video, and then you send in additional audio and a prompt, and then it'll lip sync it'll lip sync the audio to that video you send in with the prompt. Now, that gives you better results for sure. For example, here, like, OmniHuman is not super expressive. Like, so the character doesn't do that much more than just talking. And with these other lip sync models, you have the advantage that it will move, it'll do stuff, and that will feel a bit more natural sometimes. But you have to generate this other video. You have to make sure that the other video is just as long as the audio that you're going to use. And obviously, because you're doing video to video, it's just a much more computationally involved process. And so that makes it more expensive, makes it much slower. I think some of them take 10 minutes to generate, which, like, I'm out. This OmniHuman thing, I think it takes, 2 minutes.
How much does it cost for like a 12-second,
this?
if you're talking glyph credits?
I think it's like around it's like something like 20 cents per second. or so. It's not
Yeah.
cheap, but it's like much cheaper than
Yeah,
the
some of the
others.
other lip syncs, to your point, because they're doing like video to video, will cost you like
Yeah.
$3 a video.
I mean, it's only
Yeah.
about a month ago that I
And now
was I was testing one of these other lip syncs. I can't remember what it was called, but I had it hosted on like quite a powerful GPU, and it was doing 25 seconds per 1 second of generated footage, basically. Sorry, 25 minutes per 1 second of generated footage. So if I wanted like a 5 or 6 second video, I was gonna have to wait multiple hours.
Jeez.
There's also this new one called Infinite Talk that came out recently, I think also while I was out on vacation, that I've heard is very good, and we should probably get that in Glif very soon.
I've been seeing it. Have you seen it, Fabian?
I have heard of it, and I'm sure like I've seen a clip, but I've not really taken a closer look yet.
We'll get it
Sorry,
in next week.
I'm
so we
just
can talk
vibing
about it
here. I'm
next week.
telling it to
Yeah.
put our Gollum wrapper into a burger restaurant at night. So no-
Oh man.
That is so funny.
so in theory, like we can continue to sort of animate that. This one actually, so this is another thing that I'm not going to do now because it's not going to work. Like if we do lip sync now, that's not going to work. Like it's gonna come out really cursed because it's eating a burger while doing lip sync. Don't do that. But this is cool, right? Like how it actually takes this exact style of our other photo, and yeah, it's kind of gritty. It's this like ultra realism Laura that kind of like makes things look a bit imperfect, which I really, really love. And then it just does that. Like I could even go, can you think of 3 more situations a Gollum rapper might find themselves in and generate respective edits? Let's go. And yeah, it even suggested here, try a different edit, coffee shop, pizza place. So it's going to do a fancy nightclub VIP section. Recording studio.
Some ladies on his on the side.
Oh god. Okay. This is the VIP section of the club.
He's like sitting alone. That's so...
Hey, he's got bottle service.
It's
He's
really
got
popping
bottle
off back
service and a
there.
cursed extra hand. And
You could probably make an Instagram, like just of.
I kind of
Honestly.
want to turn this guy into a star, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, we need
I
what we
feel
need.
he deserves to be an Instagram influencer, simfluencer. This is really good.
Sounds good.
Kind of like, come with me, spend a day in the Lord of the Rings studio.
Oh, what
Now
happened to
this one here,
Sandbag?
the last one. Now we got like a bad Nana Banana. I
When
don't know
you
what
when
went
you
wrong
rave
here.
too hard.
When you rave too hard, then this happens. Interesting. So yeah, it's like it's not everything is perfect about it. It will do these mistakes, though. These two, I'll take them. These are perfect. And yeah, you're right. Like he deserves an Instagram account.
That could probably be a skill that we work on for the agents is a post
Post to Instagram. Yes.
And then we could just do
Yes.
that here in the chat and, see
Yeah.
what happens every week.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I have one more thing I want to show very quickly, which is
Please.
like one thing I really slept on is the text to image part of Nano Banana. Because I only use the edits, but it turns out the text to image part, and the reason I slept on it was that it would only come out square, which is kind of annoying. And so I thought, like, well, is there maybe a hack to make it do custom aspect ratios? And there is. And so the hack, I can actually show you how the hack works. So I could build this pretty quickly in Glif. I just did like a bunch of images that look like this. So it's just
Oh wait,
replace this image.
we're still in your
okay.
your Gollum wrap.
Let me reshare. And share my entire screen. Sorry about that. So I just made like a bunch of images that look like this, right? And I'll show you like a few versions of them. I'll show you the crazy super long one. So they look like this, and they basically just say replace this image entirely with a new one. And then I use Nano Banana in the editing mode, but I give it like whatever, like we can go long, whatever aspect ratio I want. And that's going to sort of send this image into the editing view. But then I basically tell it, replace the provided image entirely with a new image, wipe it clean. And then I give it the prompt for the new image, keep only the aspect ratio of the provided image. And that works. So I can now go an extremely delicate, well, let's do a photograph of an extremely delicate, long, weird, translucent plant with a platinum blossom and a small copper wire flowing through the stem, roots nestled in the ground. Like, let's just try that. And I'm doing this kind of like crazy prompt because it's insanely good at following a prompt like this. So both at prompt following and at like generating the right texture. So yeah, you get exactly what I asked for, right? In this like aspect ratio. So this is platinum blossom. We have a copper wire going through the translucent plant, and it's like we see the roots sort of here. It's insane. It's
The
just really
quality
good.
is so good because usually like this aspect ratio, you would try it on a, older diffusion model and it would just really struggle with the
Yeah.
tiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And so
also
with this hack, it's just insane. It's like
we're talking about prompt following, and I think not only do we mean text prompt following, but we also mean image prompt following, because it is completely replacing that input image that it's receiving. It shows it's not just capable as an editing model, but also just like as a completely blank canvas that you can put anything onto the input image, and it can replace it in a very powerful way. Super cool.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And it does like a big variety of prompts. Like if I replace photograph with an impressionist, rough, abstract painting, and then I add like thick brushes of oil paint on canvas, like the classic sort of thing, and we run that, it's going to do a pretty good job as well. So I'm like extremely impressed with this, and it's sort of become my go-to image model, to be honest. If I just like do text to image, like crazy. Like, I mean, look at look at the texture. It's
Yeah, we
just
tried
so
doing
good.
this 2 weeks ago, right? With the impressionist painting, it just would not get the texture right on almost any of the models.
Yes. And being able to now just like pick your aspect ratio is super cool. So I think I'm going to make this so that it's kind of like actually taking pixel values as inputs, which should be doable with the HTML block, where it just like dynamically generates an image like the ones we have.
Wow.
So here I'm just using this sort of wide aspect ratio, and now it does this, right? It's like, I mean,
crazy.
come on. This is why I said, like the other day on Twitter, I said, text to image is solved. Like, it's crazy.
I wonder why a lot of
so
people,
good.
and maybe skill issue, right? But from everything I've been seeing is a lot of people saying that like the Nano Banana text to image is not good, only use it for the editing. So I wonder what I mean, do you think skill issue? What do you think? Why do you think that that's the general consensus right now?
Well, there's two models, isn't that true? Like,
Can't explain
there
it.
is the text to image model, and then Fabian's doing like a little bit of a hack using the image editing model to generate text to image, right?
Oh, so that okay, because you were editing the placeholder template images that you were giving it for the aspect ratios, technically, right?
Yes, I'm using the editing model, but I give it these like, besides their content, like I use the images as a prompt for the aspect ratio, right? And I like in those images, I say, ignore like this image. This is just for you to replace. And but I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm pretty sure that if you use the out of the box text to image model, it would do just as well, but maybe not. Like I'm actually not
Yeah,
sure.
who knows?
I'm not so
Maybe
sure
like
now.
the actual text to image model is a distilled version of Imagen 4, and then the Gemini or Nano Banana is like I've heard rumors that it's Veo 3 and just a like first frame like a Veo 3. So I don't know. Maybe that's the difference, right? Just two completely different art. You never know with these closed models. But yeah.
That's interesting.
Right.
That's interesting.
Right.
Yeah, question in the chat. What do we think is the best
Yeah, but
lip
it's
sync
cool.
model?
Well, I think Fabian right now said that he's really partial towards Omnihuman.
If you take into account the cost and the time and the flexibility, it's Omnihuman in my opinion. If money is not an issue and time is not an issue, then there's like a bunch of others that are better. But in my opinion, money and time are most of the time an issue for most people. And so I will still say Omnihuman.
Haven't had enough time to experiment lately. No, I hear you. There's so much releasing right now too. Like everybody is trying to get your attention. There's just so much. Yeah, like Nano Banana, Kling 2.1, so many other models too that people kind of just barely talk about, like Hilo, right? Y'all were talking about just so much happening right now.
And I think we are going to see a lot more VO3 than we have been even recently, because they just made ultra unlimited fast generations.
Right. Yeah. It's like I haven't used VO3 that much. Because like one thing that bugs me a little bit about it is the lack of control on the. So if you're doing like more long form stuff, like with Nano Banana, for example, you can like create a character and then you find a really specific 11 Labs voice that you want to give to that character, and then using like those lip sync models or like voice over narration, you can make sure that it's like super consistent, right? Both on the visual and on the auditory side. You can't do that with VO3 because you're gonna get like a different voice. I have like on my to-do list to do some experimentation on the prompt side on like how to get it to do more consistent voices. Like, the hacks like giving a voice seed or something. Like you just give it like voice ID. You literally give it like random string and repeat that and see if that works. Who knows?
The
Like,
way that
sometimes
I
these
know a
things
lot of
work.
people have been working with VO3 for the consistency with the voices is they'll take whatever voice VO3 gives it, and then they'll run it through the 11 Labs voice changer with a voice that they trained and they do.
Right.
That's how people have
Right.
been forcing the
That's
consistency
smart.
in it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Never knew about that.
Yeah, that's smart. That is smart.
Yeah, I think in general though, you're starting to see
Cool
like
idea.
people orchestrating tools to achieve the consistency that they want, right? Like to your point, like they're using 11 Labs, Veo 3, now it's like Nano Banana, Kling 2.1. So like the chaining of these tools is just how you get those stellar results. And I think that's why Glif is so exciting, is because you can orchestrate and chain all those tools in one platform and kind of put something together like we've been showing off today.
Yeah, because the reality is that each one has
Yeah.
their strengths and weaknesses. So to be able to pull from one when you need it, that's it's always nice. And with Glif, you can pretty much do that.
And I do think a lot of people are going to appreciate the ability to just like pay for things as they need to use them, rather than having a separate subscription in every different place when you might not actually want to use something every single time.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
guys, we're kind of coming up on the hour. I think we actually covered a lot today.
Yeah.
Yes, super fun as always. And any last words from you, William?
He's AFK.
William Coulon.
I'm here.
Oh, William, if you want to dive into GPT-1 real quick, let's do it.
Oh, well, I was just thinking could be a special thing to end the stream on if people are excited to take a look at this.
Let's do it. Let's jump right in.
Are you
Let's do it.
gonna
Okay.
share your screen?
Yeah, I'll share my window. Here we go. Let
do
me
it.
know when you can see it.
Boom, we're on.
We're on? All right, great. So I've got a couple of exciting new glyphs, and what I've done is I've taken this model. You know, we all use ChatGPT, we all use GPT-5, GPT-4. We're familiar with these models. I think most people really got on board the OpenAI and GPT train with GPT-3, which was released, I think, back in 2020. The year before, 2019, there was GPT-2, and the year before that, 2018, there was GPT-1. And this was the baby that really kicked off the whole GPT line. This is like the very beginner. And as far as I'm aware, there's nowhere else on the internet hosting this as a publicly available model. Officially, that is. There's a couple of Hugging Face spaces that have the model available. But essentially, we've got it in the Glif platform as one of the models in the text generator block. And I just wanted to show you these two glyphs. Look like
Why don't you show us an example? Let's take a blast in the past of GPT-1.
I'm ready to go in, but I don't know why it stopped sharing my screen. Let's go back into it. Here we go.
Yes, back. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're
It's
back.
back. Cool.
We're live. We're back.
So these two glyphs, I'll show you both. There's GPT-1 and then there's Tidy GPT-1. And I'll explain the difference between them in a second. But let's start by just saying, like, just do something very, very simple. So you can get a sense of what the model is like. I don't really know how to price this yet, so it's quite highly priced for one of these very small LLMs, very kind of weak performance when we compare it to later models. And it does take a little bit of time, but we can figure out these details later down the line, depending on how much
What is it
interest
running
there
on?
is. It's running on some T4s, which is like a consumer grade GPU from NVIDIA. There's probably about 9 years old or something at this stage.
Are you renting them and then hosting this yourself? The GPT-1?
Yeah, well, you know, we use that provider of GPU compute that begins with M.
Shout out
One of the
Modal.
many providers we use. Yes.
Yeah,
Shout
it's
out
one of
to
many
Modal.
providers. Modal, yeah. They made it very easy to set up a server, so it's spinning up and down based on the demand out in their data center somewhere. Here's a GPT-1 response. I mean, you can kind of get a flavor for it. It's very chaotic. This is not a chat model.
Interesting.
This has never seen an RLHF environment. Also,
I like
it
how
doesn't
it's using
have...
lowercase i's.
Yeah, well, I was going to explain. This is one of the reasons that I've got this secondary glyph, which we could put the same thing into, which I'll just do hit now. It'll be slightly different because the temperature is... There's obviously a temperature and it samples differently each time. But what this does is it runs the GPT-1 native output through another LLM to tidy it up and give it the proper punctuation like this. Just massively improves the experience of interacting with GPT-1.
Does it change the semantics though?
No, it doesn't change the semantics, and I told
Okay.
it very specifically, do not change
Right.
the word choice, because the word choice is one of the, I think, the most special things about GPT-1.
Let's read this.
So it said, "Hello there." Yeah, I mean, do you want to read it?
I'm a little puzzled about what we're doing here, and I'm worried about how you know my name. But I shall take the time to be more careful in the future. What are you doing? What do you say? A bit of an ego stroke, I'm afraid. In all due respect. Well, it's doing the M dash. But
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
got
other
some
one.
M dashes.
No.
It's kind of
that's gotta
creepy.
be-
What'd you
That's
ask
got to
it?
be the cleanup model.
He just said hello there.
My prompt is hello there.
Is this the use of this?
That's it. So like we can do something a bit more fun, like yeah. Does anyone have any suggestions in the chat, maybe, or one of the staff of Glyph?
Ask it if it knows who it is, like what it is.
I mean, that's the thing is, this isn't a chat style model. So what it would try and
Oh.
do when I say, "Do you know what you are?" What it won't try and answer that question per se. It will try and complete that input. Which
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh,
those
okay.
those things
Sure.
are different objectives.
It's pure completion. So it's just trying to predict the next token and so on.
Gotcha.
And that's just then
Okay.
based on the sort of statistical patterns in the text it's seen. And that was like, I mean, if you've been around, that was how you had to prompt these models. You could get code out of them. Not this one, but like GPT-3, 2.
Here's
Does it say
GPT-1
Gollum?
doing.
Oh yeah, you got Gollum got bars.
I went for a Gollum got bars. Okay, we got another suggestion. Tell me a story about a startup named Glyph.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just change it. You know how I was explaining about chat style model versus completion style model? Well, I'll have to just do it in a completion style format.
The story about Glyph begins with.
I'm just gonna do. There was a startup named Glyph. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, that
It's
makes
gonna do
sense.
something spooky now. I know it's going to do something spooky.
Certainly,
Okay.
use your text.
How that's already okay. So this is my Glyph outer layer. We just need this inner layer. Here we go. There's a startup named Glyph. You've never met him, have you? It looks like a big guy, maybe 50. Let's go back to the car, Johnny said. All right. The way he said "all right" gave Johnny the impression he didn't agree. Wow, I mean, I'm straight into the story, I gotta say, but I mean,
You know what?
just scanning, it doesn't seem to mention Glyph yet again. I mean, we're getting into details that have got nothing to do with the company.
This would be so fun as an agent that then has Nano Banana visualizing each scene, and you just like explore the nightmare of like the base completion model. Very cool.
One other thing
We
I
have
wanted to
another
mention-
suggestion.
Oh yeah, another suggestion. Yeah. Oh,
Says,
the moon
tell
has
us
hit
about
the
the
ocean.
moon. Yeah.
The moon has hit the ocean.
Oh my god.
Is that a 7ness reference, Cyber Wizard?
Oh my God,
Let's-
the moon has hit the ocean.
Let's see what that comes out with.
I'm gonna break the Melta T4. It's gonna have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, I spent some time the other day trying the different temperature settings for GPT-1 because this model just behaves in a completely different way to many of the newer models. And essentially, I think that 0.9 is where it's best. I tried all the different temperatures up to 1. I don't usually go over because once you start going over, things just descend into complete madness. But yeah, 0.9 was where I was getting like the most coherent stories. Here's hit. So this is at 0.9. Oh my god, the moon has hit the ocean. That was funny. Me, no way. Oh, and we're into swear words. I wrote it down. I wrote it down on the back of a pizza code. The best things about living in LA.
Living in
You know,
LA.
I gotta say, I'm not gonna recommend this prompt if you've got, if you're doing a customer service agent. This is for max creativity.
I sipped at the sweet, spicy, creamy wine.
I love sweet, spicy, creamy wine.
Yeah.
That's funny. I mean, this seems like it would be ideal for just like crazy, like generate me a GPT hallucination story in TikTok
Straight up
format.
wild stuff. Like I never heard of spicy and creamy wine.
Very cool.
Super cool, William.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's on Glif too now in the LLM block. I have some ideas for this. Very cool, William. Thank you.
No problem.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Getting super late here, so I gotta hit the hay. But That was fun as always. Thanks for everyone who joined, and happy Wednesday.
Boom. Guys, this has been Glif TV, episode 03. We're going to be back same Wednesday. Sorry, we're going to be back next Wednesday, same time, same place. Once we figure out the time for our second stream every week, we will let you all know. You can follow us everywhere at Hey Glif, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.